What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Let me teach y'all something real quick. Before we start, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and always have your notifications on. I gotta start giving y'all that before we get going. Also, subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast. That's our podcast channel. And check out some of these dope interviews we've been doing. But this is what I want to get into with y'all today, man. Look, for everybody who does music, who does art, who shoots films, whatever your creative talent might be or your creative aspiration might be. And if you've been doing it for a long time, you had a tendency to get stagnant, tendency to get frustrated, tendency to get lazy. Look, let me tell y'all something, man. Every moment that you get to create something new is an opportunity. And you might be saying, an opportunity for what? Every time that you get to create something new or just think of a thought, to conceive an idea, to conjure up a concept, every time you do that, that's an opportunity for potential greatness. You got a chance to do something great. Every song that you ever loved, every movie that you ever loved, and again, every piece of art that you ever saw and loved and admired that became iconic or great, it all originated in somebody's head. And while I do believe that sometimes when we sit down and put pen to paper or however we do it these days, sometimes you know the effect it's going to have on people, especially your base, your family. You know, okay, when they hear this, yeah, they're going to go crazy when they hear this. But a lot of times we don't know. We just kind of hope and assume and speculate, which makes it beautiful because you don't know. How many times as a creator have you made something that you didn't think was going to be all that popular, all that accepted, and all of a sudden it just boom, it just took off. You hear people in interviews say it all the time, man, I hated that song, and next thing you know, it became my biggest hit. So, and the real meat and potatoes of this conversation is really to emphasize the um, the social impact of certain creations, things that uh, turn the way people think for the better. Songs that speak to generations and songs that become inspirational and revolutionary in nature. You can sit down and come up with something, but you don't know what impact it's going to have. You might have thought it was insignificant, then all of a sudden, man, that song becomes the theme of an era. You got A Change Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. You got What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. What's another good one? You got Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan. Then when you go to rap music, you got songs like Fight the Power by Public Enemy. Just records that define generations and that become part of who we are. The music actually goes and becomes a part of our DNA. So never take for granted when you're ready to sit down and come up with something. Don't look at it as a chore. If it's a chore, then you don't need to do it no more. You have to look at it as a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to write. It's a privilege to be able to recite what you write. All right? But the reality is, man, um, there are people who wish they had that skill and that talent that you got. There are people who have the thought and the ideas but they don't have the ability to project them or to articulate them or to write them in a way that will go over to the public. So if you possess that God-given gift, don't be lazy with it. Take the opportunity to potentially come up with something great. You don't know what the next great generational song is going to be. It could be written by you. And if that's not what you do, if that's not your field, but you know someone it is that field, be an encouraging voice, not a discouraging voice, not a voice that tries to kill people's dreams and motivation to do great things. Be that voice that said, hey man, go for it. Be the best you can be at it, and let's see what happens. A lot of parents make the mistake of killing their own children's dreams. Killing their own children's dreams, man. I think I'll make a video. About that. Let me write that down. About parents killing people's dreams. I may do that one tomorrow. But at the end of the day, make sure you don't kill your own. Make sure you don't kill your own, because the thing that you think in your mind that that ain't gonna be nothing. Nah, I was gonna do it, but I ain't gonna do it. That very thing you think in your mind could have been the thing that's gonna change the world. You just never know. Alright, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Keep in mind everything I said, because you're only here for a while. Why not do something great that gives you an opportunity, or strive to do something great that gives you an opportunity to be etched in history forever? It don't take but one thing to get you in history forever. Just make sure you're on the right side of it. All right, man, I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.